Good day, everybody. Welcome to our introduction to ICC Community Development for our friends who just joined us from Brody's company, Documents Online. Just some housekeeping items to follow up here first. If you're having any problems connecting to the audio, well, you probably can't hear me, but there's some instructions on the screen there. This webinar is being recorded for people who want to share it with any colleagues afterwards. We'll also be getting the link out to everyone who couldn't attend it but wanted to. And while you're on this webinar, if you have any questions, everyone is muted right now just to eliminate any kind of background noise. But if you have any questions, there's a question box that you can type your questions into. I'll be monitoring that. We'll probably hold all questions to the end. But if something urgent does come up, I might break in and ask one of our panelists to answer it. And then we'll also have Q&A at the end as well. So right now I'm going to hand it off to Brody, who will do an introduction. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us today. So excited to be at this point to introduce you guys to the team at CDS. I know you guys are busy. We're going to, give you a lot of great information today, make some introductions, and, hopefully 25, 30 minutes, I think we'll be there. So just to give you guys a little bit of background on where we are right now, about a year or so ago, I started thinking about, what I can do to add services, enhance my services, basically anything I could do just to add value for customers. So, and going through that process, there was a lot of options there, but it became clear pretty quickly that I needed to find a partner moving forward. So, when I made that decision, I kind of made a list of things that I was looking for in a partner, and I won't go over that whole list with you today, but just a few of those things, not in any particular order. But number one, I was looking for an organization of a certain size, not a specific number or anything employee-wise or anything like that, but I wanted to make sure that they had the personnel and the teams and everything in place that could answer any challenge that we might have. So that was certainly big on the list. Number two was experience. I certainly wanted a solution provider, a Laserfish solution provider that had been working with them for a very long time. And, it just happens that in this case, they're like me. They have been doing this a very long time. We've both been doing it, as my kids say now, since the late 1900s, which is weird. But actually, my 8-year-old asked me the other day, did Michael Jordan play in the late 1900s? And I had to stop and think about that for a second. He was correct. So, but thirdly, I was also looking for, obviously, history of success, a track record of really high-level support for customers. And one very good way to gauge that is obviously customer retention. So that was another thing that was big on my list. And then also selfishly, for me, I was looking for a good fit. For me, I wanted to find a team that I wanted to be a part of and people that I wanted to work with. And a bonus is good people. So they really made this decision quite easy for me as we had a lot of conversations over the last year and, led to this point. And I'm so excited to be here, be a part of this team and doing these things together. So what does all that mean for me? The big thing is just wearing less hats. A good example of that is Brody in accounting is retiring. He's done. So, and actually we just had cupcakes in the break room to celebrate the retirement of Brody in accounting. It was actually just me, and it was one cupcake, but it was worth the celebration. But in all seriousness, I mean, what this is going to allow me to do is just kind of free me up and kind of get back to what I love to do, and that's spending time with customers, working with you guys just to maximize everything laserfish. There's a lot of exciting things on the roadmap, coming, and I've always been, really happy with the development of the product over the last 25 years of laserfish. But everything, the things that are on the roadmap, everything that you guys hear about in the news every day, as far as AI and automation and all those great fun things. So I'm looking forward to working with you guys as we, add more and more to that. And so that's kind of where we are. So right now, what I want to do is introduce some of the team here at CDS. So we have, as you can see on the screen, we have Mike Rizzo has joined us. Dan Foster, the general manager, has felt a little under the weather today. So Sandy Hess is also with us, and it's going to kind of fill his role today. And then also Jesse is here with us as well. So Sandy, I'm going to hand it over to you right now. And as I've said before, guys, I'm not going anywhere. You know where to reach me, and obviously looking forward to talking to you all and working with you moving forward with this extra layer and multiple layers of support and resources that we have now. So I'm really, really excited. So Sandy, I will hand it off to you.
Thank you, Brody. And I will make the comment that I'm glad that Brody in sales decided to keep his position.
We are too. We are. We're thrilled about that.
So Brody just went through the introductions. I'll just spend a very few brief minutes giving you a little bit of background about the company, and then we'll get over into the meat of it with Mike and Jesse, and then James will talk a little bit about Laserfish and Power. So I'm just going to review a few highlights about the history of ICC Community Development Solutions. We have been in business for over 60 years. We actually started as a family-owned business. We are now part of the International Code Council, and we've been part of them for the last 8 years. We have been selling and servicing laserfish for 26 years. And prior to Brody joining us, we have successfully incorporated a few other companies very similar to Brody's that have laserfish customers, and we're happy to include you all in the mix. You can go to the next slide, Mike. And just a little bit about us. We are located in Rochester, New York. It is sub-0 degrees up here, and we have probably a little bit more snow than you, but we're used to it. We do have 850 customers in 35 different states. We obviously focus on laserfish as a service provider. We do consulting, development, programming, configuration, installation, training, and post-go live support. We're very proud of some of our accomplishments and certifications. Most notably, we are a Customer Choice Award for Laserfish, which represents our customer retention and customer satisfaction. And we're also a Platinum Certified Solution Provider. I'm going to hand this off to Mike and let him get into more about the support and the operations side of Laserfish here.
All right. Thank you, Sandy. As Brody said, my name is Mike Rizzo. I manage the technical side of the house here. The Laserfish operations, which includes our service and support teams, our implementation and development teams. I've been with the company, it'll be 20 years in a couple of months, working with Laserfish that entire time. And we have a great team here that you'll come to meet. Our number one priority here at ICC is delivering top-notch customer service with every single interaction that we have with our customers. And as Sandy mentioned on the previous slide, we recently won the Customer's Choice Award from Laserfish, which goes to the solution provider with the highest marks for customer service and customer satisfaction and retention. So that's something that we are extremely proud of. We get a lot of help desk support calls from our customers, and we try to deal with those as quickly as we can. And we also do a lot of implementations for Laserfish, where we install the software, train the customer how to use it, and support them after the fact. So all of our technicians who work on Laserfiche are Platinum certified, which is the highest certification you can get from Laserfiche. We want to make sure that our staff knows everything there is to know about Laserfiche and that we're providing the best customer service that we possibly can. And again, kind of reiterating some of the things Sandy mentioned, but we have implemented hundreds of Laserfiche solutions to our customers, both local government and commercial customers. And we specialize in document management and records management, understanding the retention schedules that you may deal with and how long you need to maintain your digital records. And also process automation is a big feature in Laserfiche these days. How to take your existing, maybe paper-based business processes and streamline them or automate them through Laserfiche. And again, we'll share this presentation out afterwards, but here's a link to a lot of our case studies. We encourage you to check out our website and see some of the solutions we've built for other customers over the years. And this is just our contact information. You can reach our help desk staff Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Eastern. We have various ways that you can reach us. We have an online support portal that we encourage you to use. Excuse me. You can also reach us via email or telephone. And here you have Brody's new email address as well as Sandy's contact information should you need anything from either of them. And we will share this information out. No need for you to be feverishly writing this down right now. So now I'd like to hand it over to Jesse Anaya. Jesse is our help desk manager for Laserfiche. He runs our support team, and he's going to give you a very brief overview of our help desk support procedures and how you can contact us should you need assistance with your Laserfiche system. So over to Jesse.
Thanks, Mike. So yeah, as Mike said, I am Jesse Anaya. I'm the help desk manager here. I've been with ICC CDS for almost 9 years, and I look forward to supporting you all in the future. But as you can see here, this is a demonstration or an example of what our help desk portal looks like. We have a button there for the Laserfiche submittal for tickets. We also have a second product we support, Cell Municity, but you can disregard that for the time being. We prefer users submit tickets through the portal, but you can certainly email or call, whatever your preference is. And clicking the button brings you to the page here. So this is the ticket submission page, just a couple basic informational fields that you'll fill out describing the issue, the severity, and if you do not know exactly what to fill in for the field, we just ask that you do your best. And upon hitting submit at the bottom of the page, you will be given a automatic email response saying that we received your email, or your ticket rather. And in the body of the email there, you'll see that you have a link to check the request online. Following that is a unique access key that is specific to your ticket. And we do suggest that you ask your IT company to whitelist our domain. Mike, if you go back to the email there, our domain at icc-cds.com. We have been getting some reports that customers are getting responses caught in spam, so if you can whitelist that, that would be great. And following the link there will bring you to the next page. And you can type in your access key at the top and check on the response or check on the history of the ticket. We do recommend you create an account here on the page so that you can check future tickets and history. It just kind of keeps everything all together in one simple view, so you don't have to keep copying and pasting those access keys. And what you see at the top half of this page, this is what it would look like if you were to create an account. This would just be showing all of your ticket request history. Clicking on the ticket number, blue hyperlink there would bring you to the actual ticket history. And then the bottom half of the page here is what we see on the help desk. So when you submit a ticket, it'll come in to the top of the list, most recently sorted, and one of our agents and technicians will review what you have submitted and follow up with you via email or phone, and we can begin supporting you that way. And then when we do communicate out through our help desk system, this is what our emails are going to come through to you as. So you can see at the top there, it's the subject of your ticket followed by the ticket number. And whenever you do call in for any kind of an update, you can reference, who you're calling, where you're calling from, or you can just reference the ticket number, and we can find your ticket pretty easily. And again, we can coordinate with you via email if you prefer email communication, or phone calls, whatever you prefer. And we'll go back and forth, coordinating support and get the ticket resolved. When the ticket is resolved, you'll receive a follow-up email from our thermostat feedback system, just kind of a one-liner subject there. How is Laserfish support? Clicking that, you'll be prompted for a very quick feedback, terrible through great, 1 through 5, and optional feedback if you prefer to leave that as well. And as Mike said, we do value your feedback and are very proud of our customer satisfaction scores. We've been very consistent since implementing our feedback system. You can see here, this is an old image, but we are still 99% for customer satisfaction. And we do take it very seriously. So if you are truly satisfied and leave a negative feedback score, we'll do anything that we can to rectify the situation after the fact. Speaking on that, we've had over 630 feedbacks submitted since implementing the system, and only 7 of them have ever been a 3 or lower. So we have a pretty high batting average there, but yeah, we look forward to supporting you. But now over to James to talk about Empower.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone again. This is James from the marketing team. So I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about Laserfish Empower. Hopefully you are familiar with Empower, and perhaps a few of you have attended in previous years. At this annual conference, Laserfish users learn more about their system and its potential uses. This year, the conference will be April 14th to 17th at Las Vegas Mandalay Bay Resort, where you can hit big on the innovation jackpot and bet on big ideas. The agenda is jam-packed with classes, labs, and workshops, so you can bring home big wins for your organization. As you can tell from some of my wording, I'm obviously a father and using some dad jokes there. So you can register for Empower Pass for $12.99 before February 1st, or an Empower and Hotel Bundle Pass for $17.50 before February 1st. We do have some free passes available for our customers who are coming over from Documents Online. These are free Empower and Hotel Bundle Passes, but there's a few important details for you to know. You'll need to register before January 31st. The Empower Pass is free, so you get into Empower free, but you'll have to pay for your hotel and your travel. It's a 3-night stay, and including room fee and taxes, it's a total of $717. You'll need to pay for that hotel when you register. We'd be sending you a code to do that. Fortunately, most of the meals are covered while you're in Empower, breakfast, lunch, and pretty much all the dinners too, because we have our own client event one of the nights. So if you're interested in one of these free Empower passes, giving all those stipulations, reach out to Brody, and we'll follow up to you and get you all set with your pass. So that said, I think that's the presentation we have here. There were a couple of questions that came in while we were talking. Let me just pop it over those for a second. And Jesse, some of these came in while you were talking about the help desk. Actually, before I get to that, someone asked, will you share this presentation so we can have the links? And yes, tomorrow, either early tomorrow morning, possibly this afternoon, I'll be sending out the link to the recording of this so you can watch it in everything. And also with that, I'll attach the PowerPoint. So you'll be able to go to your slide and click on the link that you want to click on. Jesse, this goes back to when you had some discussion about the help desk. Can you group tickets by organization is a question from George. And George also asked, can I view my whole team? If you have answers to those.
Yeah. So if you have created an account in our ticketing portal, I believe everything that comes from your organization, so your email domain, should be visible to you. I can confirm that, but I believe that is how we have everything set up. So if you have other members of your team submitting tickets that are coming from the same domain, you should be able to have visibility to those.
I believe that is
Right.
correct. It is tied to, it is domain specific. So any user with your, with the same domain and their email address will be able to view all of the previously submitted tickets for that organization.
Yeah, and I think Kenny's question is very, very similar, and I think you might have already just answered it, but can you have multiple people from the same company see all tickets created no matter who created them?
Yep, it's the same domain, same organization. You should have visibility to it.
Yeah, and Susan asks, do you want each user to submit to the help desk or a designated district person?
It entirely depends on how your organization flow goes. We certainly, on our end, don't mind if it comes from the end user directly, or if you have a point person on your team that you want things to flow through first as kind of a first layer of support. But yeah, anybody, regardless of what position or place in the organization they're in, they can submit tickets.
Yep. And just to expand on that a little further, we have many customers, and they range in size and complexity from a lot of customers that are very small 1 or 2 user systems to a lot of customers that are very large in the hundreds of users. And those different types of customers have different needs. So, for smaller, medium-sized customers, it's pretty typical that, whoever the user is who has the problem will reach out to us directly. For the larger organizations, usually they will have, their own internal kind of change control process where they have, 1 or 2 people who are kind of leading point on Laserfish and, filtering the requests through them so that you're not necessarily having hundreds of end users submitting tickets that may conflict with each other. It may make sense in a larger organization like that to have 1 or 2 designated people to escalate issues to our support team. But as Jesse said, it's entirely up to you and your organization. We're fine with whatever your preference is.
All right, thank you. And I'm also getting thank yous from the people who submitted the questions, so they appreciate that. One more question from Jennifer. She asks, how long does it take for a ticket to be answered?
Oh, that's a good question.
Like any,
Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna say, like any help desk, things ebb and flow as time goes on. Typically we try to our, best methods to try and answer or respond to a ticket as quickly as we can. There are times where the help desk might be a little bit behind, but we do strive for responding to your ticket at the very least within a business day. Majority of our tickets are not only answered, but resolved within a day. But yes, we do try to respond in the order that they're received and with a little bit of severity taken in mind. So if it's an all systems down critical emergency, obviously we're gonna take priority over that versus somebody who can't open up a file or can't scan. But we do our best to address every ticket that comes in.
And we do track and review our response times. Part of the reason that we prefer that folks use our support portal that Jesse showed is for that reason exactly, so that we can accurately track our response times and make sure that we are meeting acceptable response times. So it's a little harder to do that if calls are coming in over the phone or email versus filling out the ticket online. At least if the ticket is filled in online, we have the exact time that the request is put in and the severity, and we're able to track those metrics. That's, you know, that's the main reason why we ask for that.
All right, makes sense. I don't see any more questions coming in at the moment, but if you're typing one in, if you would even want to just say, hang on a second, I got one coming, just so we know it's coming. And while we wait for any final questions to come in, I just want to hand it back to the team and Brody, if you have any final thoughts to share with everybody. Oh, and we do have another question. So, all right, Jennifer asks again here, what
Yep,
software
I see it,
do you, yep, what software do you use to connect to the customer when looking at the ticket?
Yep, good question. So we have a few different programs that we've used over the years. The main one that we are using currently is, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's called Screen Connect from, is it from ConnectWise?
Yep, ConnectWise.
Yep. We can also use Teams. I don't know if there are any others that we still use currently. I know at one point we were using, what's the ICC one that we were using there, Jesse, the support?
The WebEx?
WebEx, yeah. But the main one we use is Screen Connect from ConnectWise.
Yep, and in cases where Screen Connect is either blocked by your IT's policy or for whatever reason is having trouble connecting to you, we do have, as Mike said, we do have the option to set up a Teams meeting, or if all else fails, you know, we can set up a Zoom, a Google Meet, whatever's easiest. I mean, we want to try and get connected with you whichever way possible, but yes, Screen Connect is our primary tool.
All right, thank you. So I don't see any questions coming in right now, but as I said before, why don't we hand it off to Brody for any final thoughts, or if anybody else wants to jump in too.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks to all of you. And I know my new teammates have already heard me say this, but I'm so happy to have teammates. This is great. And I know it's just going to be, I know it's going to be great for everybody. And I'm so excited about it. I'm glad you guys got to get on today and kind of, you know, make these introductions and see who's going to be helping us out. And, you know, and all of these questions, I mean, feel free anytime, you know, to reach out to me and, you know, we'll kind of ease into this, obviously. And I'm willing to help and do anything that I can to make this transition, you know, really good. So anyway, so I think that's all I got right now. Mike, you want to add anything or?
Just that, you know, as Brody knows, we're really excited to have Brody on board and part of the team, and we're really excited to get to meet you all, to work with you. Hopefully we get to see some of you at Empower this year, but if not, we will definitely be talking to you over the phone or via email as you reach out to our team. So we're excited to meet you all, excited to work with you.
All right, great. Thank you, everybody. And as I said, we'll be sending out the PowerPoint and a link to this recording either this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.